Hello, Algebra 3 Trig students. On Friday, we spent a lot of time talking about the equation of a circle and kind of how to build that equation. So we're going to start off today by reviewing that, right? So a circle has two distinguishing characteristics. The first one is going to be the center of the circle, which we're going to label as the point H and K. And then we have to know the radius, which is the distance from the center to a point on the outside. And this point on the outside is going to have coordinates x comma y, right? So when we talked about a circle on Friday, we said it is the set of all points that are equidistant from a given point that we call the center. So when we build this equation, or when we created this equation, it was really just the distance formula with using h and k and x and y. So to review, our standard equation of a circle is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. And a few things to remember here. The center of this circle is going to be the points h and k, and our radius is going to be just r. So again, as I said on Friday, circle this, highlight this, star this, right? We're going to be using this equation a couple of different times. And I want you to be able to identify the center and the radius by just looking at the equation. So the unit circle is a circle that is centered at the origin, so it's centered at 0, 0, and it's going to have a radius of 1. And this is going to be really big when we start talking about trigonometry later in the year. It's kind of the foundation of all of trig. So we'll dig more into that, but just for now, know that the unit circle has a center of 0, 0, and it has a radius of 1. So for instance, let's say I give you this equation, x plus 5 squared plus y minus 3 squared equals 25, right? And I ask you, looking at this equation, what is going to be, or what is the center of the circle, and what is the radius of the circle? So the center of the circle is going to come from this point here and this point here. So our center is going to be the opposite of the x value, so negative 5, and the opposite of the y value, which is 3. And our radius, remember that this is r squared, so to find our radius, it's going to be the square root of 25, which is just 5. So the circle given by the equation x plus 3 squared plus x plus 5 squared plus y minus 3 squared equals 25 has a center at negative 5, 3, and then it has a radius of 5. Now, if I wanted to graph this or create a rough sketch for this graph, what I would do is I would go to the point, go to the center, so negative 5, 3, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up 3, 1, 2, 3. So here's my center. Now to figure out how to do the circle, I know the radius is 5, so all I would do is count 5 in each direction, and it'd be a real rough sketch, but you would essentially get that circle there, right? That's how we use the information then to graph a circle. So that's kind of the general basics that we talked about on Friday when it comes to finding the center and the radius of a circle. In the next video, we're going to look at how do we maneuver or manipulate equations that aren't necessarily given in standard form to still acquire this information. So if you're good with the equation of a circle, please move on to the next video, and we're going to look more about how do we manipulate equations to find the center and the radius.